Loneliness is a vice that crushes the heart.
I didn't want this to happen. Not like this. Stop. Don't. Please, don't kill me.
If you open your mouth and tell anyone about this, I will hunt you down and rip your throat out with my teeth. If I wasn't cleaning up messes of other vampires, I'd be a mess myself, ostracized by my clan, living on the street, or if I was lucky, in a blood den feeding off human blood cattle. I was born into privilege, a spoiled little brat, the child of a noble line of pure-blood vampires belonging to the Dragul clan. My parents were vampires, as their parents were before them. Like most spoiled rich kids, discipline was not something they embraced. During my, what humans would consider teen years, I and a few friends would terrorize the Eastern European countryside, slaughtering dozens of innocent villagers and travelers unlucky enough to be traveling the roads when we were. As I grew older, I traveled Europe extensively, living a bohemian lifestyle. For a time, I was a frequent visitor of the Moulin Rouge, where I chased the green ferry with the elite of Paris. It was the only place to be in all of Europe. All wanted me, both as a muse and a lover. None could have me. Losing myself in the intoxicating milky green cloud was one way of escaping from the responsibilities of adulthood. Spoiled little me and her French groupies. I hated myself and the stupor I was always in. But the sprite kept beckoning me to swim in the bouillard vert. I stayed in Paris, outliving my friends and devouring strangers, until the clouds of war started brewing. The time of the Great Exodus. Many Draguls sensed that there would be decades of war and strife at the beginning of the 20th century. So in the interest of our people's survival, the majority of my clan made the trek across the sea, Some stay to keep the clueless contained in the British Isles. I went to Cuba for a few years, then settled in New York. The mountains of the Adirondacks reminded me of home. They were beautiful, yet haunting. I traveled all over the region, feeding on the loggers and trappers at times, then settling in places such as Lake Placid and Montreal. The culture of Montreal enthralled me. It was a magnet for European vampires at that time. During the Great War in World War II, a number of vampires went back home when it was learned how devastating these wars were. I stayed, but I needed a change. I needed to grow, to stop being the carefree child who would kill and devour 5 lovers in a night. But I couldn't. Centuries of undisciplined, unbridled murder was ingrained in my spoiled little mind. So I moved back to the U.S. and took up residence in the town of Cherub Falls, outside Albany, to start a new life and lose the